Grandma disappeared from her nursing home, but 2 years later, her grandson got an unexpected visitor. Ethan visited his grandmother often. She lived in a nursing home and always followed the same routine. So when staff noticed her bed empty one morning, it was strange. Ethan rushed there and found her room neat, her belongings gone, as if she had packed and left on purpose. The staff searched the halls, checked the garden, and reviewed the security cameras. But nothing showed how she left. It was as if she had vanished into thin air. The police got involved, but no one had answers. Days turned into weeks, and eventually, the family accepted she was gone. They held a funeral to say goodbye, though Ethan never stopped wondering what really happened. 2 years later, Ethan heard a knock at his door. When he opened the door, he was shocked. Ethan stood at the door, staring at the stranger with an envelope. The man said his name was David and explained he was a private investigator. Ethan opened the envelope with shaking hands. Inside was a short note in his grandmother's handwriting. She wrote that she was alive and asked Ethan to trust David. David explained everything. Years ago, Ethan's grandmother had worked as a bookkeeper. She had discovered proof of fraud and theft involving powerful men. She reported it, but the files were buried. From that day, she lived in silence, never speaking about her past. She kept her secrets to protect her family. When she entered the nursing home, she thought she was safe, but the men who feared exposure found her again. The cameras had been tampered with, which explained why nothing showed the night she vanished. David helped her escape and placed her in hiding. For 2 years, she lived in secret places, moving often to stay safe. She wanted to return, but she waited until the truth could be proven. Now the time had come. With David's help, she had passed all the evidence to the police. The organization had been exposed and arrests had begun. She was finally free. Ethan's heart pounded as David told him to wait. Moments later, the door opened wider and his grandmother stepped into the light. She looked older and thinner, but her eyes were full of love. Ethan's tears fell as he rushed forward and hugged her tightly. For 2 years, he had thought she was gone, but now she was home. She explained that every choice she made was to protect the family. She had disappeared not because she wanted to leave, but because she had no other way to keep them safe. The hardest part had been staying silent, knowing they believed she was dead. The family gathered soon after. When they saw her walk through the door, the room filled with tears, laughter, and relief. They listened as she shared the truth about her past and how the lies had finally ended. Ethan held her hand and promised she would never be alone again. The mystery that haunted them was over. Their grandmother had returned, the danger was gone, and the family was whole once more.